time for Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. Breaking down game-changing plays, momentum-shifting moves, the inside scoop on the team and what's next for the Noles. Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell, live from downtown Tallahassee. ABC 27 presents Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. Sponsored by these businesses. Now, the voice of the Seminoles, Gene Deckerhoff, and head coach Mike Norvell.
Well, good evening and welcome to Inside Seminole Football with head coach Mike Norvell. And boy, we got a lot to talk. Coach, congratulations. We notched our first ACC win of the season, and we did the old-fashioned way with a last-minute field goal to beat Syracuse, a very good football team.
No, it was a great night, and for our team to have another game that went down to the last play, and to really for all three phases there at the end having to contribute. And we had a defensive stop. Offense had got the ball back with a little bit over a minute left to play, and then having it end with a game-winning kick. I mean, it was to see all phases go out there and to be able to execute and to be able to win the game. It was a great night for us. It was wonderful to be able to get in that locker room and see the celebration and the smiles from our players. Lots gone into it, and it's been a rough first month of the season, but we started a new month, and we got a winning streak that's begun as we started October.
We have great Seminoles here tonight at Bricks and Brass. If you're ever in the area, you want to come down and participate in the show and see Coach up close and personal. Bricks and Brass in downtown Tallahassee, right next to the 4 Points by Sheridan down right on Tennessee Street. Coach, 33-30. We had it all the way, didn't we? No, it was a back and forth ball. That was a seesaw football game, and football games aren't made to be all blowouts. I mean, that was a good football game for fans.
It was, and it was tough on coaches. I promise you, it was. There's a lot of moments in that game that I felt like we were about to really break it open, but a mistake here, a mistake there. But the thing I was most proud of is just the continued response from our players. And I talked to the team yesterday. Sometimes you have to go through things to prove that you can get through things. And for us to be able to kind of get over the hump of some of these one play games or the last possession. I mean, it was something that was very encouraging to me, just to see their continued response, their continued work and preparation. And to be able to finish the game the way that it happened, I know that's something that can build in our confidence here moving forward.
Mike, last second win, no time left when the field goal was good from Ryan Fitzgerald. By the way, Ryan Fitzgerald will be our special student athlete guest on tonight's program, and also special teams and tight ends defensive ends coach John Papuchis will be joining us this evening a little later on Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. Coach, let's talk about this Jordan Travis guy. He's been nicked up, he's been banged up. I don't think he was 100%. I don't know if he's been 100% any time in his career, but he's a gamer. When you needed big plays, Jordan Travis delivered in that game.
No, I thought he played really well the other night, and just in all phases. I thought he was really smart with the football, very efficient in the passing game. We were definitely trying to take what the defense was giving us. I mean, it was very aggressive and attack-oriented defense, and I thought Jordan did a really nice job of managing that. And you ended up going over 100 yards rushing, which some of those plays and the ways that he was able to extend the play and create some of those explosive moments. I mean, it was huge for our football team, and just really proud of the toughness that he showed throughout that game. I mean, he wasn't able to practice there on Tuesday. He came out on Wednesday and really moved around well, and with just a lot of heart that was put on display there Saturday, and he led us to victory.
Leading rusher, leading passer, set up the game-winning field goal. When you think of rushing quarterback, you think of guys, Tim Tebow, 6'5", 250 pounds. Cam Newton, 6'4.5", 6'5", 260 pounds. Running quarterback generally are big guys, but Jordan Travis is not a big guy.
No, I mean, but he's extremely elusive in what he does, and for him, a lot of those things are created just as he goes through his progressions. I mean, and reads. I mean, some of them are designed, quarterback runs, but other things are, if things break down or if he gets through his progression, that he knows that his feet can make him right, and they definitely made him right a lot on Saturday night.
Well, that last drive, a 33-yard run, and then about 2 plays later, 23 or 25-yard run, and that got us into field goal position. So it's not just him running the ball, but you mentioned on your press conference there were some key blocks on both of those runs that enabled him to get those huge explosive plays.
Yeah, he was able to get it started, but the thing I was really, really pleased to see that the guys that were downfield, our receivers, tight ends, they never stopped on the play. Man, when Jordan was able to escape, I mean, those guys, really strained to get themselves in position to get between him and the defenders, and I think that helped create, the extra yardage that was necessary for us to put ourselves in scoring position and ultimately to be able to win the game.
Boy, it all added up to a Florida State win over the Syracuse Orange 33-30. And Coach, I think we're going to have to score 30 or 35 points to win football games because these offenses we're facing, they're high-powered offenses. Syracuse had one of the highest-powered offenses in the conference.
Well, I mean, you look at what they did, and obviously they made the quarterback change. We knew that was adding a new element to their offense. Big kid that could really run, and he had 3 plays where not necessarily designed quarterback runs. Very similar to what Jordan did, where we had a couple missed tackles, and I mean that was over 100 yards of their offensive production. I thought our guys did a nice job of containing the explosive running back they had, but those plays they still added up, and for us we just got to continue to work on the details. We've done a much better job throughout the year in our open field tackling, but I mean that's something that we have to continue to improve on, and you have to give credit to the quarterback at Syracuse. He created some of those plays, but for us we just got to continue to get better.
Well, you take away that 155-yard touchdown run, and we hold them to below their average in offense and below their average in scoring. Florida State football is on the air. The 75th season is presented by Chick-fil-A. Welcome to Inside Seminole Football with head coach Mike Norvell. We'll continue our conversation about the big win over Syracuse. We'll look ahead to the North Carolina Tar Heels, team we beat last year when they came in ranked number 5 in the country. The Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles reminds you to stay in the game and play by the rules. Texting and driving is against the law. One text takes your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds, and at 55 miles an hour, that's like driving around the length of a football field with your eyes closed. To win while driving, you must focus, put it down, and focus on driving to arrive alive. More conversation with head coach Mike Norvell coming up. Keep it right here on the Seminole Sports Network from Learfield.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Your heating and air conditioning system doesn't care if it's a convenient time to take a break. That's why at Barano Heating and Air, we are ready whenever you need us. Any day, anytime, anywhere. Our service team is ready to help even if it's after hours or on the weekend. Plus, with our total service agreement, you always get same-day service with no overtime charges, ever. We will always be there for you.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell, sponsored by these businesses. Stay tuned for more Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell.
The most rewarding thing about working at ABC 27 is the people that you get to meet on a daily basis and have the honor of telling their story. Learning about our neighbors helps bring people together. And so that's the most important thing, that we get out there, we get into the community that we serve. People have to have hope. People have to have a sense of security, to bring people that sense of maybe some relief that things are getting better and move forward into a brighter direction. That's what I love about working at ABC 27.
Waterhouse & Associates is a great place to work. We get to help the most amazing people save money on all of insurance needs. I leave work every night feeling like I did something good today.
Auto, homeowners, life, Waterhouse & Associates. I went food shopping at the supermarket. It had rained a lot. As I'm stepping into the place, I just slipped and went flying. I found out that I had a broken kneecap. Morgan & Morgan didn't accept the offer from the insurance company because it was not what I deserved. And I asked my attorney, I said, why would they even offer me that? And he said, because people take it. He says, we're not taking it. And we went to trial, and the jury ruled in my favor. I would highly recommend them 100 times over.
The Jefferson Arts Gallery, presenting the Fine Crafts and Arts Festival, this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Craftspeople and artisans displaying one-of-a-kind works, food, entertainment, and more. The Jefferson Arts Gallery, Fine Crafts and Arts Festival.
Back to Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. We're talking Florida State football on a Monday night at Bricks and Brass, and great to see all of our Seminole fans. Everyone's wearing garnet and gold, Coach. It's always great to come here on Monday night, talk football, and have tremendous Seminole fans in our audience.
No question. I'm grateful for everybody that comes tonight. It's just great to see you. And, once again, I wanted to say thank you to all of our fans that came out on Saturday, and for everybody that showed up early there for the Legacy Walk. It is truly a special moment. And, as these young men, they're going out there and competing on the field, it's about the whole experience, and to see who we represent and just all the support and continued encouragement for these guys. I'm grateful for that, and we're excited that we were able to get the win, and just really looking forward to the future. But thank you to everybody that comes out and supports the Noles.
Thank you, fans, for supporting Florida State football. Tico Peoples Gas is delivering natural gas, and that helps you save energy and earn cash back. Learn more at peoplesgas.com. We talked an awful lot about the quarterback by the name of Jordan Travis in the first segment. And, Coach, some other players, Cameron Jordan led us in receiving, a number of catches, had a touchdown catch, another touchdown catch for him. He had one last year against North Carolina, so maybe he'll get another one next week. But how about the tight end play? We had him as a guest 2 weeks ago. How was Cameron McDonald developing and turning into the tight end that you want him to be?
No, Cam, he really battled through this last week as well. He was coming off, a very physical, outing the week prior, and he was able to go out there and be very productive as a pass receiver. There were still some good plays and plays that that he would like to have back probably, but just his attitude and his approach of continuing to grow and improve. We ask a lot out of our tight end position. Him, Jordan Wilson, Preston Daniel, a lot of those guys that go in and impact on a play-to-play basis. It really does take a jack of all trades, and those guys they invest a lot of time and work, but it's great to see them have that type of production there on Saturdays.
Yeah, he had a key block on the big run by Jordan Travis that helped us win that football game. Now, there's another fellow that doesn't start, but he gets a number of plays, had a career night. That's Trayshawn Ward, and this is a former walk-on at Florida State. He's earned a scholarship at Florida State. Tell us about Trayshawn Ward and what he brings to this team.
He's a dynamic playmaker for us, and you look at the impact that he's having, not only running the ball. He had the big 65-yard run that set up a touchdown, but also what he's doing catching the ball out of the backfield, and he's very elusive in how he plays, and tough, a kid that's really tough to tackle. But, he's a self-made man, and, he started off when I first got here, he was on the scout team for most of the season, but that's really where he kind of caught our eye, and just being somebody that showed up for work every day, truly focused on his improvement, and, he's, positioned himself to a guy that's now, one of the top playmakers that we have on this offense, and you're just excited about what his future holds.
That's Trayshawn Ward. Keep an eye on him. He's a number 2 running back, and that he has to follow the footsteps of Jayshawn Corbin. You got Jayshawn and Trayshawn, and they both look similar when they're running the football, and both are outstanding college football players.
Yeah, and it takes a committee there at that position, and the things that those guys are doing, everybody can see when they have the ball in their hands, but also the impact that they make in special teams, and the investment that of what they do even when they don't have the ball in their hands, whether it's a lead blocker or protections. Trayshawn had a couple of great blitz pickup moments where he helped give Jordan a little bit extra time to get the ball out. So those guys guys they're truly willing to do the dirty work, and it's great to see them have that production when they do get the ball in their hands.
With Ward, Trayshawn Ward, and Jayshawn Corbin, tough to say Trayshawn and Trayshawn, but are you pleased where the offense is at this point in the season? We're 5 games in, we're 1-4. Are you pleased where we are, but you see areas for improvement?
Yeah, I think we're really trying to establish that identity, and the one thing that we've proven that we can do is we've been great at running the football. Really the mindset, the toughness. We've had have to establish the continuity there up front with our offensive line. It was great being able to get Maurice Smith back. He came in as a reserve role, but you really did a nice job. That's gonna add to our depth and opportunities that we have there. But you're just really trying to get everybody healthy in that regards. We want to continue to see more of the explosive passing game show up. I mean, we got very capable players in that regards, but we still missed a couple opportunities there the other night. But we're an absolute work in progress, and these kids they're doing a wonderful job day in and day out focusing on those fundamentals, and we've seen some great strides. So excited about what the rest of the season is going to look like for our offense.
Mike, I think if I'm correct, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but have we not had 4 different starting offensive lines in the 5 games we have played?
Yeah, we've played a lot of different combinations, and that's one of the things. It's part of the game, and guys know that they have to be prepared for their moment. But we've had a lot of guys up front that have been playing, probably a little less than 100%, just from a physical standpoint. But they care so much, and they're investing so much just to help this football team and to try to put their best foot forward. And I'm just really pleased with the attitude and the mindset, and they're getting better. I mean, you look at some of the run seams that we were able to have, a couple of those big plays. I mean, it was due to the hard work that the offensive line, tight ends, and receivers blocking downfield. I mean, those help spring those plays for those running backs, and so it really does take all. And I'm excited about how they're going to continue to progress.
Yeah, with a team that has to move those offensive linemen around, we still are 3rd in the conference running the football, Coach. About 202 yards a ball game. So a testament to the runners and also to the guys that are filling in those slots in the offensive line. Florida State football is our subject tonight. You know that. Or you would have tuned in on Channel 27 or the Seminole IMG Learfield radio network. We are talking Florida State football, our big win over Syracuse. Up next, we're going to take a North Carolina team that was predicted to be one of the top teams in the country and a challenger for the ACC. They're still in the race, by the way, but they're a team that lost their first game and then lost another game, and they're looking for wins. And, oh, by the way, we upset them last year when they were number 5 in the country. You think they've forgotten?
No, I mean, we know having to go up to Chapel Hill, this is a team that plays really well at home. They have two losses this season. Both of those were on the road. I mean, this is an explosive football team, very well coached. They've got playmakers in all phases, offense, defense, and in special teams. So we're going to have to take our best team and our best game, and performance up there, this Saturday. But I know our guys are excited about the opportunity, and this is going to be a fun one to be a part of.
Yeah, 31-28, we got that big lead and had to hold them off at the end. And we'll talk about Sam Howell and some of the personnel at North Carolina. And, oh, by the way, their head coach is an alumnus of Florida State University. That's Mac Brown. We'll talk about that also. Planet Fitness is a proud partner of the Florida State Seminoles. At Planet Fitness, you gain access to a clean and spacious club with tons of equipment in the one and only judgment-free zone, all for just $10 a month. Go Noles, Planet Fitness. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you Seminole football on the Seminole Sports Network from Learfield.
Have you checked out the hottest?
At ViStar, we believe in better. That means treating people better with the kind of friendly, personal service that's kept our members happy since 1952. A smile and personal greeting for everyone who comes into the branch. An online or phone chat for those quick questions. And a call center that's open 7 days a week. If you believe that great service is better, join ViStar. Visit ViStarCU.org.
Your extraordinary brain, a network of microscopic vessels so long they could circle the Earth 3 times. As your body's command center, it's the force behind your every thought, every memory, and every impulse. It's what makes you, you. And it's what drives us towards advanced technologies and cutting-edge treatments to create the most comprehensive neuroscience program in North Florida and South Georgia.
Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell, sponsored by these businesses. tuned for more Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell.
Some roofing companies say they're the best in town with the best price around. That safety is their top priority. They have 240 years of combined roofing experience.
Put your social security number right there and make the check out to cash.
But they don't always have your best interests at heart. At T-Spark, we believe in doing things the right way, the safe way.
Second time this week, man.
Do we buy or rent?
The real estate market is ever-changing, even in Tallahassee. So call a realtor from the Tallahassee Board of Realtors today, or visit us online at tbrnet.org. Tallahassee Board of Realtors.
High school football is back. Catch the biggest plays in the area's biggest games on ABC 27 Friday night overtime. Check out all the action from South Georgia to North Florida. ABC 27 Friday night overtime at 11 p.m. Sponsored by Tallahassee Board of Realtors.
Here we are talking Florida State football on a Monday night and getting ready for a trip to Chapel Hill, North Carolina this coming Saturday. By the way, if you have not heard, the game will kick off at 3:30. 3:30 will be televised, and that game in Chapel Hill, and FSU will travel on Friday to take on the Tar Heels of North Carolina. Tonight's Tijuana Flats queso question comes from Charlie from Tampa. And Charlie wants to know, Coach, how do you and the team continue to build off the win over Syracuse as we head into another road game at UNC?
Well, I mean, I think you look back and you see, what are the things that we did that allow us to be successful? And, we've talked a lot about, third and fourth down situations. Offensively, we converted, 8 of 17 in those situations, which allowed us to sustain drives. Obviously, opportunity to score more points. We're 6 of 6 in the red zone, with 4 of those drives being touchdown drives. Defensively, we held them to 2 of 15 in those same situations. Being able to get off the field, stopping drives, had the big goal line stand, and then, obviously, being able to hold them when they were in the red zone. I mean, those are things that equate to winning football, as well as, I thought we played a lot more disciplined, just to, minimize the penalties that we had. And that's something that, for, a couple weeks in a row, we've been able to do a nice job of. And, definitely a trend that needs to continue.
Charlie, there is your answer. And be sure to submit your questions on Seminoles.com for the chance to have your question featured on the show and to score free queso from Tijuana Flats. With zero sugar and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Well, find out for yourself. I think it is zero sugar Coca-Cola. Coach, we talked a lot about offense in our first couple of segments. We're going to talk about North Carolina in just a minute, but let's talk about the defense. When you mentioned the goal line stand, those don't come along very often, and we just stopped them cold from a yard away. What is it about goal line defense, and I know you work on that every day in practice?
It's something you talk about pad level, and making sure you're putting yourself in the best position, and, on that specific play, I know Kalen DeLoach, one of our linebackers, he's an extremely quick and powerful linebacker, but going against a 240-pound quarterback, it was a great sight to see. Low pads, had his eyes up, ran his feet, and really just stoned him. And then all of a sudden, you saw the swarm of garnet jerseys that converged on him and was able to keep the quarterback out. That was a big play in the game, and definitely I love seeing the emotional reaction and knowing that guys laid everything they had, even for just that 1 inch to keep that guy out of the end zone. And those are moments that you can definitely build upon, and you're just continuing to see that type of fight.
A tremendous goal line defense, and that offensive line for the Syracuse Orange, they had 4 returning starters from a year ago, and they're not shoplifter. So we stopped a very good offensive line and a very big quarterback in their tracks, so they did not score. Now, when you stop them at the goal line, what you want to do is try to get it off your goal line and get some field to work with. And we did get 1 first down, but we couldn't move the ball any further. That enabled them to get better field position.
It was, and those are those things that you go back and you reflect in the game, and you came up a yard short from getting another opportunity to extend the drive. But those are those areas that we have to continue to improve. And but it was definitely a great moment for our defense to be able to get that stop.
Travis Jake gets an interception in the ball game. We got a pick in the ball game. Those have been rare so far. You want more takeaways, don't you?
Absolutely. And coming out of the game, we had the 2 turnovers. We did have the 1 interception there right before the half. But I mean, that is something that we're going to have to continue to improve on, is just our turnover margin and making sure that we're creating the takeaways and making sure that we're owning the ball on offense and special teams.
And takeaways and turnovers are a big part of the game of football, and we get 1, maybe get 2, and hopefully we extend our defensive effort. And, we've got chances. Sometimes the ball bounces off a guy's hands, or we dive at the ball and they scoop it in, but we're close to having more takeaways than we have.
Yeah, and those are all things that we work on each and every day, and it's going to be a big part of the game here Saturday. You're going up again, playing an explosive offense, one that plays really well at home. We got to try to make them uncomfortable. We got to try to be able to steal possessions when we get the opportunity. So when the ball hits us in the hand, or if we get a chance to make that impactful play, we've got to make sure that we can convert in those situations.
Always good to see interceptions and fumble recoveries by our favorite football team, the Florida State Seminoles. Speaking of Seminoles, our student athlete guest tonight is Ryan Fitzgerald, our placement kicker, kicked the game-winning field goal against Syracuse. He's from nearby Colquitt County, just north of the Florida border, and had a tremendous high school career. We'll talk to him about that career and what it's like to kick for the Florida State Seminoles coming up a little later in our show. Attention student gamers, the $150,000 Level Next Madden National Championship is back. Boy, that's a mouthful. Sponsored by Unilever, supporting Feeding America with 1 million meals this fall. Registration closes October the 11th. That's just around the corner. So be sure to sign up now at levelnextesports.com. Attention student gamers, get ready for that. Be sure to register by October the 11th. Keep it right here on the Seminole Sports Network from Learfield.
Fire. Some fear it, some fight it. Some break its will and make it do their bidding. Sonny's Barbecue, local pit masters since '68.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell, sponsored by these businesses. Stay tuned for more Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell.
Southern Flooring in Mohawk Smart Strand. Astonishing softness, maximum durability.
My experience with Southern Flooring was exceptional.
Southern Flooring has done work with us on well over 100 homes.
Southern Flooring has been supplying us carpet for our rental properties, vinyl plank flooring, tile.
Southern Flooring is the only company that I recommend and the only one that I would recommend.
Hassle-free, stress-free, easy, on-time installation of any kind of products in your house. Go with Southern Flooring.
My name is Rebecca. I struggled with depression for years. I thought I needed cigarettes to cope. But then I started losing my teeth. That was a wake-up call. I was able to quit smoking, and then I started running. Now I feel a lot better about where I'm going. My tip is, when life gives you a wake-up call, answer it.
Tobacco-Free Florida offers free nicotine patches to help start your quit journey. 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Back, we're talking Florida State football with head coach Mike Norvell. On this Monday night, ViStar Credit Union is proud partner of the Florida State Athletics Program, ViStar Credit Union. Coach, we get ready to play North Carolina, and you look at the ACC standing. We're 1 week into the month of October, and October may be the month to remember. Usually it's November, but the races of the ACC are wide open in both divisions.
They are, and it's extremely competitive week in and week out. And that's something that you see, and it's one of the great things about the ACC. It just the level of the student athletes, the quality of the programs. I mean, everybody's pushing. We're each and every week you got to bring your A game, and that's something that we've experienced and come up short. And then obviously we had the victory there Saturday, and looking forward to building upon that.
Yeah, a wide open race in both the Coastal and the Atlantic Division. Nobody right now says we're going to claim that trophy and then head to the championship game. Coach, North Carolina, a team that was in the top 10 to begin the season. They've got a quarterback that's a Heisman Trophy candidate. In fact, I still think he's going to be on the ballots of a lot of folks. But Sam Howell, who committed to Florida State and then pulled that commitment when Mac Brown got the head coaching job. We owe Mac for that. We'd love to have Sam Howell here. But what is the North Carolina team look like to you on video this year? Same as we saw last year?
Yeah, it's an extremely explosive offense. I mean, you see that Sam Howell is able to throw the ball all over